Alrighty. Let's get this going here. So we can just go. There's a hey. Let's do mild.
Non-chew! Lovely! There he is!
Boogity boogity.
Alright. Woo! Excuse me. Alright. Wait, he punches it instead of spins? Since when? Since when does Crash punch instead of spin? What the hell is this game? Okay. And his double jump is actually acrobatic spin. It's crazy. Save. Yeah. Okay. His health bar is. He has a health bar too, which is crazy. Okay. So in Crash and Mutants, whatever, you have a health bar. Oh, there's a spin move. Okay, so I'm slowly learning as we go. Is this the Wampa Fruit Farm? It also has the same sound effect as Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter. How do I know this? Oh, because I played Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter. So it has the same sound effect as those games. Okay. It also was made by the same company, Syria, that also sponsored Metal Arm Glitch in the System, which is another great game I like to play. I played this. I have not played any Crash Bandicoot game besides a 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is Crash Bandicoot Mind Over Mutants, dude. Like, I like the art style. In this game, he has tattoos on his hands, which I did not like know that. And he doesn't spin, he punches and kicks. And the only spinning that I've actually found was a downward attack. But it looks like it's just downward screwbolt. Okay. He has a shield? Okay. Alright, so he has a shield now. I did not, okay. So this looks more like a fighter RPG than anything else. Can I go in the water? Okay, I can. Alright. Let's go collect all these little power-ups. This kind of reminds me of Jak and Daxter graphics, honestly. And I do have those games too I could play later on. I could play Jak and Daxter series. I do have Ratchet and Clank series. I have 1, 2, 3. I have Deadbolt, or Deadlock, Secret Agent Clank. And I noticed that Ratchet and Clank separated at one point, and they got 2 more games. One of them is Secret Agent Clank, and another one is called Ratchet Deadlock. So I would love. I honestly didn't really like the remastered version of Ratchet and Clank. It was simplified. Okay, can I do this?
Nice one, Crash. That power-up will double the amount of mojo you collect for a short time. So hurry up and break stuff.
Alright. So just get all these orbs times 2. Okay. Oh, that's all I do. Just. Okay, so that's a spin move. Just keep mashing the square button. Okay. see what this one is. What happened?
Booga booga! Boogity boogity!
Oh, stupid thing, work!
Wow, we should clean this place up, children. It's been like a metric year.
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm talking to people I live with real quick.
Okay, guess I'll just say some catchphrases. Drink lemonade, vitamin C.
Ow! Ah, hot, hot, hot!
Ah, gotcha.
The animations of puppets look very interesting.
If I get this Doominator eye working, we'll have the best entertainment system of all time. It'll play games, watch movies, and dispense butter. It'll be the mother of all Timos! Woohoo!
That does sound good. Butter. And where'd I get this? Short-term memory loss. Confused. And where'd I get this?
Crash, to get this thing working, I'll need a bunch of parts. Here's a list. First up is the capacitron by my house.
Hey, I like how Crash doesn't speak too. Crash is just... I don't know, but like...
Booga booga!
Yeah, I don't care. You can try to copyright me all you want there, TikTok. I really don't care, dude. That's why I don't like playing a lot of games on this. Twitch... Frickin' TikTok says like my stream is copyrighted all the time when it's not. It's really weird. It is what it is. But no, it's just really weird. Okay. So I also noticed that when other people play games like this, their stream is just fine. Yeah, you guys ever notice that? Like, if you ever start streaming like games like this on TikTok or YouTube, right? TikTok doesn't do copyright. Or it does, but like, how can you copyright a game that's on a PlayStation 2? When I have a PlayStation 2 console. You can't physically copyright something that already exists. You can't. You cannot make profit off this game. So it is what it is. Like, do what you gotta do, TikTok. I'm not gonna fight you on that because your system is inaccurate. I'm pretty sure if I went to YouTube and played this, like I'm on YouTube right now, I'm not getting copyright strike on YouTube. If I was to play this, like, what exactly is considered copyright? Is it the audio? So if I just turn the audio off, will that stop me from being copyrighted? If I just turn off the game audio? Is that way to do it? Because I noticed that the AI bots sometimes they use audio inputs to like watch your stream. I don't know how the TikTok AI bot works, but what I'm gonna do one of these days, I'm gonna play a game without audio and see what happens. See if we get copyright strike with no audio. I'm gonna turn the audio off though.
Stalking move! Fighting bird!
Why are you attacking me, sir? But no, like, I have no idea why. Why is this guy attacking me? Little vermin! Why are the homeless bums attacking me? Also, another thing about this game is you have a health bar. I can move some stuff around so I guess to see that. So there's a health bar up here. I don't know if you guys can see the health bar. Move some stuff down here. Put that down there, maybe. Yeah, see, there's a health bar in this game too, which I find very, very interesting. Actually, I'm going to delete this picture here, and then I'm going to delete this follower counter. There we go. So how do I spin? Like, I noticed I got a spin move, but I can't really do it, like, randomly. Like, I just mashed the square button, right? Oh, I gotta go circle. Okay, so spin move is this. I do not like... That's a high jump effect? Okay. I fell off. But no, I think it's pretty interesting. Like, in this game, the fighting is a bit different. So if you hold squirrel button, and you gotta hold the squirrel button and go a circle. Okay. And you have to mash it. You have to mash the squirrel button to do it. Okay. This also kind of feels like... It kind of feels more like Jak and Daxter, honestly. Like, the currency system of the yellow orbs kind of match up. Then you got the Ratchet and Clank vibes with the little graphics.
Spinning is a
like, it makes sense because,
and
like,
a way to
Ratchet and
mojo.
Clank was also on PlayStation 2. This looks like a Ratchet and Clank reused level, like they recycled a level Ratchet and Clank and edited it a bit. And also, if you actually look at other games, you can actually notice like some of the similarities that other games have. And Disney, if you guys know Disney, when they did Disney animations, Disney has admitted when they make animation movies, they recycle the animations. Basically, they reuse the same animation, but in different movies, in different things, because it, reduce cost on animators trying to animate stuff. And yeah, no, if you actually look at the graphics here, it does give me the mix vibes of like other games in one. Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter. Because Ratchet and Clank, you got that, the way it looks, the paint, the art, the style. And then look at Jak and Daxter, paint, art, and style. Even the character design kind of reminds me a merge of Jak and Daxter. Because Coco, in the other games, Coco didn't have goggles on her head. And that was introduced, like, goggles was a Jak and Daxter thing. And if you look at this, how scrawny Crash is in this game, he has big hands in this one versus other games. Look at the little hands. And they're tattooed. I have never seen a Crash Bandicoot game with tattoos on his hands. Like, most games that I've seen, he had, like, gloves on, I think. But, like, even his gloves wouldn't hide the tattoos on his forearm. Unless those are his gloves and then just retextured to be, like, dragon tattoos. I don't know, but it looks really weird. I have no idea what those marks on his hand is, but I know for a fact it's not gloves. We're gonna fall off. Oop, try it again. There we go. Also, he doesn't jump in games like he did before in the boxes, so he punches things instead of jumping on boxes. So can we really call this Crash Bandicoot game? I think it's a mix. There's no way this is. The style's different, the fighting style's different. I actually kind of like it in a way.
These voodoo dolls will unlock special rewards for you, Crash. Collect all of them to get tons of cool stuff.
Crazy. Okay, I just fall off if I do that. Alright. Hey, you don't get lives. Like, there's no life counter. Which I think is also pretty insane. Has a freaking wall jump. Okay. Okay.
Do a spin jump and get some real height. Rotate the left analog stick and press the X button.
Oh, I thought it was the X. Okay, so it's just, that is, okay, so it's just rotation. I didn't even got to push the button for rotation. Okay. What's this down here? Also, I noticed that his charge attacks, like the kick, is really weird too. Also, the input command is a bit slow. I noticed because watch, I'm gonna show you guys. So this input command is really slow. Right there. I'm gonna put a square, right? The input command is really slow. And there's also a timer for you to punch. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He also has like a cooldown. Like if you wait for the punch, you see the exhaustion effect eventually. Right there, you stumble. So it doesn't have infinite stamina like other games. So I don't know if that's like a major design flaw. And it's not all the time, it's just, okay. Okay, so I have to like spin jump down. Okay, 1 second here, I gotta put something camera. No, it's really interesting though. I actually enjoy games like this because people making a redesign of a game or like trying to find new things to develop. They're like, hey, let's revisit this game series, but this time let's add cool more features, or let's do a new character design, or let's just redesign the whole thing, right? So that's what I like about games like this. I like games that redesign characters here and there. Like, yep. Earlier, the day before, because yesterday I was gonna stream Spyro Eternal Night, but it crashed. Like I was talking about, so Spyro, Legend of Spyro series, you know, Dawn of the Dragon, Eternal Night, and what was the other one I played? I forgot what the other one was called. There's like 3 Spyro games I was talking about. Legend of Spyro, Eternal Night was one of them I got to play again. Dawn of the Dragon. There's the other one I was playing. What was the other one I was playing last time? Because I didn't play Eternal Night on stream because it kept crashing. So I decided to take the night off. I have no idea what that one was called. Let me go on my YouTube channel really quick here and find it. Shoot. What was it called, dude? I forgot. Okay, let me go on my YouTube channel. I'll figure it out here in a second. Dude, I'm blanking on titles and I don't like this. Was that really the name of it? It was not Dawn of the Dragon. That is not the correct title. No, that was a different title. Let me go to my history. Where's my search history? Search history. It was The Legend of Spyro something one another. No. Okay. It was called Dawn of the Dragon. Okay. So, Dawn of the Dragon. Yeah, so that was the one that I played. So then that was the last of it. So, Dawn of the Dragon was the last of the Legend of Spyro series. Because like I said, they had parts of it. What was the other one called? Eternal Night. So that was what was the first one called? Dude, I really hate this. I really hate blanking on games. I just played this too, and I don't even remember what it's called. Trying to figure out. Is it in the L? Okay. The New Beginning. That's what it's freaking called. So, I played the New Beginning on GameCube because they had a GameCube title version of it. So what I was talking about when I was playing Dawn of the Dragon, so Spyro, the elemental things, even Hero's Tale, right? The elemental power-ups you get while playing Spyro. Especially Dawn of the Dragon. Especially Dawn of the Dragon, just in general, because you're going to play as Cinder and Spyro. And what I was saying is, when you play games like Spyro, and then new games keep coming out, who remembers Skylanders? Right? Skylanders. Skylanders had elemental properties too. And the first Spyro game title, no, the first Skylander game title was actually called Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. And we all know that Spyro was on the Wii, GameCube, PlayStation. I don't think it was on Xbox yet. But I know that they did their Night Trilogy on the Xbox. I don't know if they did another game on the Xbox itself. I know that Dawn of the Dragon, The Legend of Spyro series was on the Xbox because there's an Xbox gameplay of it that I watched. So, I noticed something about Dawn of the Dragon and The Legend of Spyro series, the three trilogies. I noticed that they introduced elemental properties in the game. And then the elemental properties, what happened was after those games were popular, I noticed that, now I grew up on Xbox, PlayStation, like not PlayStation, Xbox, GameCube, 64, and all, like, even the Game Boy. My cousins had a PlayStation 1 for the longest time. It finally blew out after a few years ago. They got a PlayStation 2. I have friends that play PlayStation games. So, I remember playing Crash Bandicoot and all those classic titles. Now, I grew up on the Wii as well, and one of the best games I liked was Skylanders, Mario Kart, even played Call of Duty on there a few times. But no, it's just really interesting. Anyways, I'll be right back. Gotta do something quick, guys. Well, I'm AFK. I do apologize. My mic will be muted for other things, but I'm gonna play some more games after this. We'll see how it goes. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that, I had to do something quick. Okay. Next thing I gotta do is charge my phone up. That reminds me, why is this still on? Forgot I had this. This charges up yet? I don't want to turn it on, I want to see if it worked. I hate when that happens. Whoever has a headset, remember just like trying to plug it in and then you push the button, you see battery percentage, and then it just turns on by itself, right? Why is it turning on? I don't want it to turn on. I just want to know the battery percentage. Why is it turning on? Okay, well I don't want this to turn on, I want it to turn off. No, we're gonna turn off. We're gonna turn you off. There we go. Okay, so it's 100%. Okay. I had that plugged in all night apparently. Alright, gonna plug my phone in. Okay. Ugh. I do apologize, guys. I gotta redo my glasses too. They're too foggy. Okay. This light needs to be turned off. I need to put a light up here somewhere. This could be turned on. And then this light could be turned on. Like I said, I don't know, man. Like, I got a lot of things to focus right now. I'm distracted. Here we go. Okay. Gotta clean off my glasses quick. Okay, why is this like that? No, you're not going outside, Kenny. Kenzie, no, you can't go outside. So, what happened to my... Here it is. I'm going to use a cloth instead because this cloth is meant for glassware instead of paper towels. Okay. So, I'm going to spray this. Sorry, guys. I don't really talk about a lot of things. Personal things that I have going down. But I will say that I do have ADHD and all that, so... Yes, you're going to hear me mumble random things here and there that has nothing to do with the current situation. And it's not because I'm rambling, it's because I got a lot of stuff in my mind. Alright. And I don't like giving out my personal information about me. Like, this is probably one of the rare times you hear me say that. Unless you hear people in the background talking about me or something. Fun fact, did you know that Eminem had autism? He has Asperger's syndrome, which is what I have. And he's a very famous person for singing. And there are a lot of people that have celebrities that have mental health issues or just mental health in general. And it's actually interesting how people that have autism are very creative, especially in the music industry. And or in the art industry. You ever seen an autistic person paint art and then it comes like a fantastic art piece? Yeah, people with autism are very, very, very intriguing, actually. Not because they're like, different, but because their art skills, the way they think, the creative mindsets they have, is very interesting. Now, how my autism works and ADHD works is... Everybody's different, right? How mine works is I remember things. I can talk to somebody, and the next time I see him, I'll be like, hey man, how's it going? Last time we spoke, you had these things going on. Anything change? Like, I remember conversations because that's what friends do. They make sure you're doing okay. Friendship is basically a second family. So, yeah. There's a lot of people that ask that question, like, how'd you remember that? And I'm like, because I paid attention. Do you think I just sat there and just played a song in my head going, la 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 la, when you talk to me? No, I actually pay attention to people. And that's kind of like the downside of today's society. A lot of people, when they talk to you, they're not really focused or interested on you specifically. They're mostly interested in the conversation at hand. And if you change your topic, they don't remember. They're still stuck on that one topic. If you switch topics in conversation, they will forget everything that we just talked about, or they won't pay attention to what you want to talk to, right? Me personally, I would try to stay on the same track. I would go, yeah, people go off topic. People that stay on topic are usually people that got nothing more interesting to say. Let's say about GTA 6, right? There are people saying GTA 6 is coming up pretty soon, and it's being delayed. Cool. Well, technically, I can care less about GTA 6. You know why? Because I didn't grow up on that kind of game. And when I grew up on things like Star Fox, Metroid Prime 1, 2, Star Fox Adventures, Star Fox Assault. I grew up on like Mario Sunshine. I grew up on other game consoles. I didn't grow up on the PlayStation or the Xbox 360, so I can care less about the GTA series. Like, and once I did get a PlayStation, I started a PlayStation 3. And what did I buy PlayStation 3? I played Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dex. I played the classics. Even played Crash Bandicoot. So, and right there is a perfect example of how a switch topics meant sentence. Because the topic was GTA 6, right? I just addressed that I do not pay attention to GTA 6. It's not my kind of game. Then I went to the games I played, interested in are these titles, on these systems. Well, at that point, people get irritated because they're trying to talk GTA 6, and I just switched the topic entirely to a different subject. People like that get annoyed by that, are very sensitive. They don't understand that some people may or may not lose interest in conversation like that. I lost interest the moment you said GTA 6. My brain is automatically going to be like, cool, bruh. I played these games as a child. I can care less. Right? Simple term. I can care less. And this also has to do with, like, another conversation I had with people. And this is actually interesting. Now, I'm going to switch topics again, because this is how my ADHD brain works. I'm going to switch topics to, let's say, people that are super sensitive or hypersensitive, people that take stuff literally, right? And this is not against anybody here, but I noticed that people that are part of the LGBTQ plus whatever they want to go by, I don't know the exact title now, but LGBT, they call it plus because it's more than one, like gender, or not gender, but sexuality. LGBTQ plus whatever. I noticed that in those kind of communities, people were very sensitive. You say something and they don't like it, they basically out you immediately. They don't care about how you look, what your image is. They'll go off on you immediately. They just snap on you eventually. Immediately they snap. And I noticed that a lot of people, I used to play the Earth Chat, but I don't play it no more because of this reason. People on the Earth Chat are very weird. It's a mixed community of 13 plus and adults. I really do not typically like those kind of communities where it's age categorized as mixed ages. I'm an adult. I want to be around adults. I don't want to be around kids. Like, granted out, like, before the 18 plus thing came out and the banner and people started getting really heavy on the kids should not be around adults online, including Minecraft and all that. Like, because a lot of people blew, like, an open Minecraft server, right? Well, a lot of people, and then I get why. A lot of people don't like that, and I'm not the only one that says it. So, like, I have no problem with being around specific people. I got a problem with how people treat it, right? Like, if you're gonna be like no kids at all whatsoever, right, in your community, especially with the Air Chat community, I expect you don't have anybody under the age of 18 on your friend list either, right? If you're an adult and you say you want to be an adult community, but you have people on your friend list that is not adults yet, I'm gonna question you. I'll be like, oh, but you're an adult. You just said you don't want to be around kids, but yet you got kids on your friend list. How does that work? Well, a lot of people treat that as a parental figure thing. First off, hold up. You understand what a parent is, right? You understand what a parent does for the children. And then you want to go on VRChat and say you adopted this person online. First off, that is kind of weird in my opinion. You don't just go to you don't just go online and say, "Hey, I want to adopt you. Let's." That is weird. That's another reason why I don't really like VRChat no more, is because all these weird people do weird things. And it's not just that. In the furry community has that. The e-boy, e-girl community has that. And you got a mixed variety of people with mental health issues like autism, ADHD, bipolar, DID, split personality, and so forth. And a lot of people that have those issues that play VRChat are really, really weird, and they keep getting themselves involved in situations that out themselves in the social platforms like Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever social media platform you use, Blue Sky, WhatsApp, even foreign company programs that are no longer available because of they're outside foreign. And it's just like, that's the only reason why I don't like playing VRChat. Because if you upset somebody, they go after your stream. They go after you. They go after your social media. They go after your follower page. They go after your friend list. So, I just realized that, after playing VRChat for about 3 years, I decided not to because of those situations. And they take things out of context way too seriously. They do. They're very heavy in taking things out of context. You say one thing that they don't like, they try to twist your words around and say that you're at fault when you're not. For example, now I have a cousin on my TikTok page, and his name is Justin Quanru. That's not his legal name though. And he has a few kids and married. I lived with them for a month, right? TikTok is an average range of 13 plus content, right? I have cousins that are on TikTok. Do you think me having my family added to my social media account is being a creep? No. It's kind of the same thing as family added to your social media account, right? Is that considered a creep?
You need to spend on top of this to make it work.
So,
I hear that
they
spending
think
is something
because
do
you
pretty
have
well
this
by now.
fake family adoption thing, that it is okay to have kids on your account, right? That's kind of how I see VR and virtual reality families. They're not related to you at all. They're basically people you met online that are underage. And people that are underage should not be around people that are adults. And a lot of people want to expand their community to, beyond. And some people, what they have to do is to do that, they have to make their group public. Or the friend list is
This the spot
evolved
where the
around
spin drill move would be
other
useful. Try doing it here to
other
advance.
things. And a lot of people argue the fact that VR chat is specifically for kids. Well, Roblox is for kids too, so is Minecraft. do you see people on there that are actually kids on there? No, adults, they play Roblox. Adults, they play Minecraft. So, is it the fault of the people? No, it's not. So yeah, I think that VRChat is going downhill pretty fast here. I can care less, honestly. VRChat is one of those games that is just chaotic. And I don't add people on my account anymore, nor do I care less about it. My account's actually not even around anymore. I deleted it. And I can care less, dude. And I already know that some people are looking at my account right now, trying to do things, and I can care less. You can have multiple accounts viewing my channel. I can care less, dude. I got nothing to hide. And how that happened was because people want to say
Crash,
stupid shit.
You've
That's
unlocked the
not true.
spin upgrade.
Ooh.
Now you can spin longer before getting dizzy.
Yay. And no, it's just, I find it weird that those are the kind of things that people are interested in, you know? People that are VRChat are crazy. In general. And I can care less what people think of me.
Crash.
Because one,
Bandicoots
I live
are
with
great
family.
diggers, and you are no
And
exception.
if I was
When you see diggable
doing
stuff
these
like
things
this,
that
rotate
people
the left
accuse me
analog
of,
stick. Then
I would be
the
in jail,
square
right?
button to dig through the ground here.
So, and that's the funny thing. A lot of people think that,
When you reach the end of stuff you
you know,
can dig
all
through,
that is
do your
just,
spin attack to pop out.
it's just really weird, dude. I just don't understand how people can do these things and be okay with it. Where do I go, man? Where do I go? That is not the correct way. Where do I go? Is there any way to go in here? Let's see. Nope. Alright. But no, and I can care less. And I know that people that are part of those communities that are targeting me are kind of on watching my account as we speak. Why? Oh, because I had my socials linked to my profile. And I can care less, dude. I can care less all about that. People forget I can change my username every so often. And that's fine. Like, go ahead, do your little self-justice investigation. They can do anything, man. Where do I go after this? You know, I just think that people need to understand that what people say about you and what people believe is not accurate at all. So yeah, where do I go after this? I gotta figure this out now. So no, it is what it is. Like, I'm not upset. Like, people do things just to do things, and it's just really freaking weird that people have to actively harass you just because they don't like you, especially online communities. And yeah, and I know what they do. So how they do this is they look at your channel with a software recorder. Like, I just noticed this. I noticed this person named Poof comes into my channels here and there when I invite him in. He disappears randomly. He disappears. And I have suspicion that Poof or someone else watching my channel may or not be targeting me. I can care less, dude. It just shows that a lot of people are just crazy in this world. No, I cannot confirm the suspicion. Like, person's 26 years old, Pat the Titans. He doesn't post anything on his account. No. But no, like, I'm not... I don't have anybody blocked on my social media, because it is what it is. If you're gonna come in here and do things, cool. Like, I'm not against you. I'm just against people who have to harass you because they think that they're the police officers of the world when they're not. And that's the one thing about even VRChat. VRChat has that issue. And that is kind of why I do not like people on VRChat. Like there are some good people on VRChat. There are a lot of good people on VRChat. I get that. And that's cool. I can care less about all those things. I just find it really annoying that people have to be this way because, you got whatever problem they got with you. Cool, dude. Whatever problem you got with me happened. Why do I care? Like, I treat my social pages as like a business. You come in here and attack somebody in a office or a business, they're gonna throw you out and say you're banned. So yeah, of course I'm gonna say all those things, dude. Like, of course I'm gonna, like, people need to learn that you don't come in here and harass somebody because your beliefs is different. That's actually against guidelines, honestly. It's actually against terms of service. Harassing someone because whatever problem you got is considered, yeah. So, it is what it is. And I really can't say anything against people at all because I don't know what people think about. I don't know how they're going through. I can care less, but okay. So I'm supposed to be moving. Why can't I move? Why can't I move? They just don't know, like, what people. They think that harassing each other is actually cool and all that. It's not. Like, look at proximity chat. His entire thing is he harasses people on social media. So, and actually, that's against terms of services. Like, doing things like that to people and then recording them on, putting them on YouTube and all that, that's actually harassment. It's actually against terms of service. So yeah, I think that people need to know that. People need to understand that. So, if you can't understand that what you do on social media does impact other people around you and is against terms of services, then maybe you shouldn't have an account, right? Maybe that's what I believe. So yeah, no, it is what it is. Like I said, I have cousins and family on my account, so I talk to them all the time. And their legal name is not anything to do with my legal name at all. So no, it's just, it is what it is. Okay,
Honestly, how am I supposed to catch him now?
die. No, I like this game. This game's actually pretty fun.
Oh,
Honestly,
Dig. It's over here. There we go. But no, I can't really, like, say anything against anybody because I don't know anything about people. All I know is that people do stupid things and they harass you over it. And it's just really... I can't say the word I want to say because it's against those guidelines, but it's really dumb. It is really dumb how people want to do those things. But no, like, honestly, I actually wonder why people do these things like, what makes people to do these things? What makes people automatically do all these problems, you know? What do you mean my live stream is about to end? I'm not inactive, my camera's active. What the frick? Dude, I'm actually have my camera active right now. Okay, if people are gonna start doing that, I'm just gonna restart my stream then. But no, it is what it is. Let's see. We're gonna save the game here. And I'm gonna see what other games I can play. Yeah. So yeah, I can care less about people's opinions and all that. I haven't really played Overwatch 2 for a while. Let's see, can I just pause it quick? Let me see other games I have here on Steam. Steam updating. Okay, cool. We're gonna full screen my thing here because it's gonna show my profile and I want my profile being shown. Alright, there we go. Alright. So yeah. I just think people need to just live life and stop being online in general. Library, do I have enough to install this game is the question of the day. Let's see. Is it gonna tell me I got anything about it? Okay, cool. How long does it take to download is another question of the day. In 2 hours. Why does 2 hours, dude? Anyways, we're an hour in. We're gonna from another game to download. And we're gonna end it here on this side. But no, I just think that people are just kind of stupid in my opinion. People do stupid things for stupid reasons and it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Anyways, we're gonna end this part of the stream and we're gonna continue on a different stream later on.